challenging the very idea of who deserves grace. The story of Jonah confronts us with an uncomfortable truth. Sometimes the people God pursues the hardest are the ones running from him. Ever wonder if you can outrun your destiny? Or more importantly, outrun God? Jonah thought he could. When God called him to go to Nineveh, a violent, corrupt city, and the last place Jonah wanted to be, he didn't hesitate. He ran, not just away from Nineveh, but away from God's voice, God's purpose, and God's compassion. Jonah boarded a ship sailing in the opposite direction, believing distance could quiet a divine calling. But running from God doesn't lead to peace. It leads to storms. As the ship was overtaken by violent waves, seasoned sailors panicked, realizing this was no ordinary storm. Jonah, meanwhile, slept below deck, a picture of spiritual numbness when we refuse responsibility. When the truth came out, Jonah made a shocking request: "Throw me into the sea." But this is where grace interrupts the narrative. Instead of drowning, Jonah is swallowed by a great fish. Not as punishment, but preservation. What looked like judgment was actually mercy in disguise. Inside the darkness, Jonah had nowhere left to run. No distractions, no excuses, only honesty. From the belly of the whale, Jonah prayed. Not a polished prayer, not a proud one, but a desperate cry from someone who finally realized that salvation doesn't come from control. It comes from surrender. And God heard him. After 3 days, Jonah was released, alive, changed, and astonishingly, still called. God didn't replace Jonah. He didn't revoke the assignment. He offered a second chance. The same command was given again: go to Nineveh. This time, Jonah obeyed. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Jonah struggled more with God's mercy than his own failure. When Nineveh repented and was spared, Jonah was angry. Not because God was unjust, but because he was too compassionate. The story of Jonah forces us to confront a hard question. Do we believe grace should have limits? Because Jonah shows us a God who refuses to give up on rebels, on enemies, or on us. A God who pursues not to punish, but to restore. A God who sees our running not as disqualification, but as a signal of how deeply we still need him. So what about you? What are you running from? And what if the place you fear most isn't the end?